We are discussing everything fertility, everything there is to know about fertility. We are telling you information that will be beneficial to you, whether you or anybody that benefits from you, basically, right? So we are discussing this information. We are in second trimester pregnancy, and in second trimester pregnancy, we are talking about the role of your partner in pregnancy, right? So we need to give some information that will be beneficial because it's teamwork. When the woman is pregnant, the husband is pregnant, right? In fact, the right thing to say is that we are pregnant, right? because because there is the partner's role in pregnancy, which effectively benefits the whole process. So we're going to look at some details, and I'm sure for especially for partners who I'm sure most of them are watching football right now. Watch your live for 100 minutes. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. So if your partner is watching football somewhere, you may want to listen for two so that you educate them. For those that are already in the journey, for those that are planning to join the journey, it's also important. We learn things that will be beneficial to you when your time comes. However, the most important part is everybody who wants to start a family deserves to have children. And that's why we come to you every day to give you this information so that by the time you apply them, you should be able to get testimonies. And by the way, 2026 is already loaded with testimonies. Those who are already pregnant this December, they've testified. So we're waiting for their naming ceremony in 2026. Right? Your situation is not hopeless. All you need is information. And that's what I tell people every time. There is no infertility situation that is hopeless. The only problem is that you don't have enough information. And there are not too many people that are willing to give you details. But I'm giving you the details. And I'm sure you will appreciate that information and uh, do with take advantage of the information. I hope so. Right. Okay, where are we? We still have 7 more likes to go. Okay. So let's tap on our screen. Let's tap on our screen as we discuss the partner's role in supporting the second trimester pregnancy journey, right? And the first thing we need to begin with is why the second trimester really matters. Why the second trimester matters, right? Dr. Pat is here. Why the second trimester matters. When we're talking about the second trimester, thank you for the heart me. We said that the second trimester is anything from the 13 week to the 27th week. Right. Good evening. Good to see you. Welcome. How's everything going? All right. So we said second trimester is anywhere from the 13th week to the 27th week. And this period is often called the golden period of your pregnancy journey, right? In this stage of your pregnancy, in this stage of pregnancy, you have morning sickness, which has reduced for most people. Your energy would have returned by this time, and the baby begins to grow rapidly. And we've talked about all the things that happens in this second trimester. But while the woman may be looking better physically, this stage also carries some level of deep emotional, it carries hormonal, and even psychological change, right? That many of our partners would not fully understand. The reason why I understand is because of what I know, right? This is my area. This is my good. Thank you, Christopher, right? So all this change that happens in the second trimester, most of our partners will not know, and some people can be very erratic in their pregnancy. So most of the partners, men, who want to excuse the house and come back when your tantrum has finished, right? Not knowing that it's just still part of the pregnancy journey. It's still part of the pregnancy journey. But again, how would they know when nobody told them? But that's why we're having a discussion. But unfortunately, I'm sure there's football somewhere, so most of them are watching football. So if you are listening for your partner, listen for two. Thank you, Dr. Part. Thank you. So when all these changes has happened, this is where the role of the partner becomes very critical. Some people will say caring partner, right? every every partner is caring. It's just that we all have different ways of expressing our care, right? Why some of us are rigid, some others are very soft. So just know who your partner is, and you'll be all right, so that you don't put yourself under too much emotional burden of trying to make things happen for you. It does not work that way. Now, every support that is given at this stage, Dr. Pat, I know, right? Yeah, women want it the way they want it. They don't care how your own is. But the truth of the matter is, you cannot force you cannot force affection, right? We all have different ways of expressing it. So you know who your partner is. You understand how his expression of care is. Then you adjust to it. But if you want to force it the way you want it, there will be too much rancor, right? And sometimes this is one of the reasons of this so too much fighting, even getting physical. That not really that there was any problem really, but just that the partner does not understand what is going on in the pregnancy. The woman wants her own type of affection, and it's just this is they'll come at a collision course, which is really not nice, right? So the support at this stage is critical. That's why I would have loved a lot of men to be around, so that they also learn, right? Because any support women get at this stage will directly affect the maternal mental health, which is very critical and good for pregnancy, whereas it's positive mental health, right? And that even affects fetal development. Yeah, it affects fetal development. It helps relationship bonding. Yeah, because a lot of things changes from, especially when that first pregnancy starts. A lot of things will change. A lot of things will change. So, but the the support in this stage of pregnancy helps bonding in the relationship, and also future parental harmony. Why? Because it is only people who participated in a thing that will appreciate the thing. Trust me, if I was to be in some bar somewhere, and I just got a call, hey, your wife I put to bed, yay! Then I ask everybody to take, how do they call it? They declare for everybody to be served. He's not in the process. He's just there celebrating with strangers. But if he's in the process, the everyday by day care of that baby will be his concern, right? Like I tell people, as an individual, personally as a person, I actually was involved in all my kids. That's why I relate to them today the way I do, right? From the time of the pregnancy down to the time of birth, right? At the time of birth, I so participated that I would not even allow, Africa, we're so wonderful. When you give birth to a child in the African community, it is the community baby. It is not just you. So everybody wants to come, greet you, bath your baby for you and all that. But while they will be preparing to come for that bathing uh, uh, um, appointment the following day after delivery, right? Me as a person, I'm not saying all men should do. Don't do it if you don't know what to do. But because I know, that's why I do it. Right? Me as a person, I would have grabbed the tiny little thing, bath the thing, take care of the mother, off I go to work. Why? Because I know. But if you cannot do that as a man, all you can do, the best you can do is to make sure everything that needs to be in place is in place, and be nice also, so that that shows your participation, right? So it helps the bonding. It helps bonding. And you can, is that Ugbede? I see Ugbede. Ugbede is here. Hello. So I said all that to say that pregnancy is not a solo journey, right? No, Dr. Pat, no, not really. Not really. You should know me by now. I don't actually like following the Western way. But because I know, right? Because I know the only of my kids I did not bath by myself. The first bath, the only was the girl. Because I just could not, I didn't know I didn't know how to bath female. And that was at the first. So I needed somebody to do it for me to see. Right. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be another opportunity for that. Right. Why? Because I know that when the bad female, there are certain things they do. You're not like man. When you bad boy child, you just do what you need to do, clean up, right? But for the woman, oh boy, I just didn't know what to do around there. So I needed the older women to do for me to see. So it's a learning point, right? And I don't think, yes, I'm done. Oh, unless somebody wants to contribute for me. Right? So, so I said all this to say that pregnancy is not a solo journey. Your partner has to be part and parcel of it. And that's why I'm an advocate that men should always participate. Right? You don't necessarily have to do the bad thing like I do. Forget about me. My own head know the correct. Right? Right? But the least you can do is to participate. Right? Make sure everything is comfortable. Make sure there is emotional connection. Make sure there is you know all those things. Oh, Lady B tested positive. Wonderful. Congratulations. Congratulations, Lady B. Positive. Oh boy. Oh boy, today is 28th. I hope before 31st we'll get more. We'll be having testimony since first of December. Oh boy, congratulations. And God will keep your pregnancy and the baby will turn out right. Just make sure you're doing all the right things. Is that okay? And this, your testimony, is a connecting point to others who are trying to conceive, believing God that one day they too, your testimony will be their testimony. So, guys, we want connect to Lady B. Don't collect her own, they go. All right. Congratulations. Congratulations. That is the reason why we are here. right? There are people who, oh boy, I always tell you, there is no rocket science in trying to conceive. The only reason why you are suffering for a very long time because you don't have information. And that's how some people continue delaying until menopause. Can I go for scan? When did you test positive? Why your blood is hot? Eh? Why your blood is hot? Calm down. When did you test positive? Calm down, calm down. Right. Just calm down. You will go for scan. You will go for scan. But calm down. But I think the best time to go for scan is when you're in your 4 to 5 weeks, just to confirm that the pregnancy is in the right place. Then if you want to so Natima, sister. So if you want to date it, you can be doing anything around 8 weeks to 10 weeks. Is that okay? So calm down. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just make sure you're doing all the right stuff. When did you test positive? You have not answered that part of the question. Answered that part of the question, then I can direct you. But it's okay. Congratulations. And your testimony will be the testimony of many more people who are watching me right now who are trying to conceive. Who are trying to conceive. Mm. Okay. Okay, tested yesterday. Okay, don't worry. Go. You can go for you can go for that in by next month. By next month. Is that okay? By next month. So if you're just joining, you're welcome. We're just taking testimonies of positive pregnancy. Remember that December is our month of pregnancy positive extravaganza. So if you have not collected your own, we still have 3 more days to the end of December. You too should test positive to pregnancy. You too should smile before this year ends. Uche, why not? Why not? Ectopic kidney is it does not affect you in any way, right? Because your pregnancy is in your womb, not in your kidney. Is that okay? Chrissy is here. Good evening. Is that Joy? Joy Oseji. Good to see you. Good evening, Joy Oseji. You're welcome. So as we're winding down to 2025, right? So should you be collecting your blessings, right? So whether you believe that 2025 ends in December or not, just collect your blessing before January, right? Thank you very much, Chrissy. So if you have not tested positive, my fingers are still crossed for you, provided you have been listening and doing what we ask you to do. But if you've not tested yet, don't worry. Don't worry. But I guarantee you, 2026 will be naming ceremony galore because we will go for naming ceremony. All right. So I was saying that pregnancy is not a solo journey, right? It's not a solo journey. It's a shared biological and emotional project. So when the woman is pregnant, we are pregnant, right? So that's why those abroad encourage their partners to come to antenatal care with their wives, where is a shared. It creates this bonding and participation, right? But just know that it's a shared journey, right? So let's talk about what happens inside the body, right? So, those people those men that are here, you're welcome. Men should take the front seat, women from second row backward. Let's talk to men because tonight is their night. Tonight and January 1st. Remember our special edition in January 1st, 7 p.m. New Year's Day. Oh boy, we're going to talk about a very important discussion. All right, so let's understand what's happening inside her body when she's pregnant, because you need to know for you to be able to appreciate what is being done. And I've made up my mind as an individual, I will never, ever, ever enter labor room again. The ones where I enter, I suffered. My shirt even almost tear self. So I will not, unless I will go there without shirt. So anyway, when you understand what's going on inside her body, you will be able to appreciate how to support her in the journey. So before supporting her, you as a partner, you must understand what she's experiencing, which unfortunately we men are not women, so they cannot really appreciate what's going on. For most men, it is when they are in the labor ward that they got to see pain for the first time. I've seen a lot of men, especially the younger ones, who even cry with their wife. Say, "What? Labor is like this?" They will cry. They say they will never have to make her give birth again. Now lie. Next month, we don't. Next year, we don't see them again. But it's also important that men see those things because they will appreciate the birthing process better. But it's not, as a man, I can tell you, it's not a palatable experience. It's not a palatable experience at all, because you see pain for real. You see pain for real. We are not up to 10K likes yet. All right. Please tap on your screen. Let's take the likes up. Yeah. So now, okay, what was I saying? I was distracted. So, in this stage of pregnancy, hormonal changes is still ongoing. It's not because you get to second trimester, therefore it stops. No, it doesn't stop. It's still ongoing. Even though nausea may reduce, some hormones like progesterone, estrogen, relaxin are still very active. Right? They're still very active. So please, let's tap on our screen. Let us tap on our screen. Somebody said, oh, don't worry, we'll answer your question when it's time. Is that GS? I see GS. Are you here? Okay. So these hormones are still very active, even though the nausea, the morning sickness have reduced, right? And these hormones, because they are still very active, of course, they will be causing fatigue. They will cause mood swings. Breast tenderness is still there. Back pain. Even ligament stretch, right? Ligament stretching and emotional sensitivity, right? So if she seemed to be fine one moment and emotional the next moment, this is just biology. It's not attitude, right? It's just biology at work. It's not attitude. So that's not the time for bass bulls. Just pregnancy, they worry you. I beg, just calm down, right? So these are the things that basically happen, and that's why if you understand that, you know how to support. Yeah, like some of us, we don't rub back tire, right? You see, my back here is paining me. Come and rub it. When you are supposed to be sleeping after work, right? So, so, so you just need to know that because of the interplay of these hormones, you still have that mood swing, that attitude, back pain, fatigue, and all those things um, happening. Is that okay? All right. I think our network is not so solid today, but I'm sure we'll. Yeah, Steven wants to. Steven wants to scatter the table. I actually want people to come up, but if I bring people up now, they'll be asking me questions. I want us to talk about this part. In a scale of 1 to 10, using the whole pregnant examples as our sample size, do we think that most of the attitude or experiences of issue of fatigue, tiredness, laziness that women, do we think is just pretense or is really a uh, pregnancy induced? Do we think is pretense? Because many men will say, "Ah, na pretense." Some men will say no. In fact, today, let me see. These people that are sending requests, are they asking questions or they just want to contribute? Please, if you want to contribute, send requests, not questions. Right? Today I was watching a particular video of a pregnant woman. She should be in late second trimester, early third trimester. Right? Anytime she goes to the bedroom, she just jump and land on her bed to rest. But anytime the husband is around, she will just climb the bed so carefully and be making all that kind of noise. So is that pretense or is the real deal? Well, obviously it's pretense. In our case, it's pretense. Of course, you vomit now. You cannot be asking me of noodles. Don't you have other food? You don't have other food to eat. Are you Nigerian? 9911. Are you Nigerian? Right. So still in the second trimester, the baby is growing rapidly, like we mentioned earlier. But again, you need to understand that the baby grows, as the baby grows rapidly, so is the responsibility in this stage of pregnancy, right? So during the second trimester, the baby organs mature. This is just for those people who are coming for the first time, right? Because we've mentioned all that before. You are Kenyan, okay. So I don't know what noodles there in Kenya looks like, but I think you should eat food. Eat food, right? So, like I was saying, during the second trimester, the baby's organ mature. Yeah, the brain connection increase rapidly, which even elicits the quickening, that is movement that you see, the push, kick, roll that you see in that second trimester. It's because of all those nerve connections and all that, which is a good thing. The bones begins to harden, right? And even hearing develops. That's why at that stage we tell you that your baby can hear now. Of course, you even experience it. Sometimes you talk to them and they kick you in response, or maybe they're even responding to their their father's voice, right? So that happens. So the mother often will feel um, this protective anxiety even when things are going on well. Is the other time I was saying that women can fear anyhow during pregnancy, right? you, you will not blame them. You will not blame them. But again, having known all that, the role of the partner. Hey, nurse media, good to see you. Good to see you. You're welcome. So the role of a partner in this case for this unnecessary anxiety, which is actually protective anyway. It's not as if it's a bad thing. The anxiety is just a protective anxiety, not like they they want to be afraid for nothing, even though it's default, right? So the partner um, uh, calm presence can actually reduce the stress, right? Can actually reduce the stress, which will directly benefit. So if you are a partner that is always available, good. So you want to douse their fear, calm their because the anxiety is always there. For example, somebody was asking me earlier. I don't know whether she's still in this live stream. I hope she is because people who come to ask questions and run away repent. Anyway, somebody was asking earlier how that she's is it 19 weeks and she's not feeling any movement, right? So that anxiety is actually a protective anxiety because of course you want to feel. You've heard from people when they started having the quickening, the kicks and stuff. But now, why is your own different? So that kind of anxiety is a protective anxiety. So if the partner is available, say, "Oh, calm down, don't worry. I'll take you to the clinic. We'll go and check and stuff like that." But for those who have been here 2 weeks back, we actually talked about the whole details about the kicks, push, and in fact the quickening that happens in pregnancy. So nobody is left in doubt. So that question came from somebody who came for the first time, and unfortunately, the person did not wait to get answer and run away. But nonetheless, we move on, right? So emotional support in this stage, you know that your emotional support as a caring partner can be more like an invisible medicine, right? Basically, what she needs. Yes, as I'm talking about partners and I'm talking about the stage of the things that happen in pregnancy, I just saw in my mind's eye those people with their big belly bump. They're just rubbing it like this, right? Because women like enjoyment, don't be smarting, right? But again, it's good. It's good. But again, I'm talking to guys, right? So what she needs, your support, basically, your emotional support, basically, is more like an invisible medicine. Yeah, because what she needs emotionally is just reassurance. Reassure. I think everything about the life of a woman is just what she just needs. Reassurance. It worsens in pregnancy, right? A woman who already know that she's beautiful will still come and ask you, "How do I look?" Of course, you are beautiful. That's just what she needs, right? So if you know that, you should know that in pregnancy, it's going to get worse. So if you don't know how to give reassurance, you have to step up your game, right? Step up your game because don't be like some of us. As you're asking, "How do I look?" You know, as a typical traditional person, how do I look? How you won't look before, you know. So, so you don't want to be like that, right? You want to give reassurance. Don't worry, you're looking okay. You're even looking better in that dress now. You are pregnant and stuff like that. Remember, this is an invisible medicine. What it does to the woman and what it does to the baby, right? Even when the nose is big, yes. Even when the nose is big, you tell her her nose is the best nose for this time, you know, that kind of thing. Emotionally too, because they emotionally too, they need validation. Yeah. But remember, all this is more of a protective concern, not anything else, right? They need validation and a lot of patience, especially since you cannot determine which one is real, which one is a lie, right? I grew up with my uncles, so I saw their wives pregnant, so I can tell the difference in attitude of all their wives. There is the one, there is the one that is always active, hardworking, right? Then there is the one who is not hardworking and hardly would do anything. In fact, if she has a way to get you to carry her leg up on the table every time, she will do that. So everybody have their own response. But the part I want to talk about is the part that most of those attitude worsens, especially those that are pretending. Yeah, it worsens when their partner is now around, right? Is now around. The pain that was not there or from nowhere will just appear, right? The leg that has been working since morning for some reason will stop working when the partner has come, right? So you need a lot of patience, right, to understand the process and understand. But more importantly, men that work so hard after much work, right? But more importantly, presence is key. Presence, presence is key. So pregnancy can actually awaken fears like, will I be a mother after all this time I've been waiting? Will my body ever be the same again? Right? So there are those after the first pregnancy they double their size. Second pregnancy they triple the size. You know, so that concern is there. Will my body ever be the same again? Right? Will my partner find me attractive? In fact, that is one of the major concerns, sef, of all the concerns. Yeah? It's actually a valid concern. Anyway, so will my partner ever find me attractive after this? What if something goes wrong? Right? So all these concerns are valid. But again, a partner should listen without um you should listen and be flexible. Don't be fixed on one thing. Should listen. Avoid dismissive comments. Right? Many of us are guilty of that, but again, avoid dismissive comments. Right? With respect to that, there was a case of an individual. I think the woman she was so ill. And that's why it's not good to pretend, because when you pretend too often, they will not be able to distinguish between what is real and what is not. Uh-huh. So maybe that was her case, but for some reason, the husband just did not give the attention she needed. She was really, really in need to be taken to the clinic. But for some reason, maybe the man just thought that now this guy you're complaining, now you will go there now, nothing happened, right? So he actually left her and went to work. But unfortunately, that did not go so well because that singular act of dismissing her complaint led to her passing away. And that was a painful loss. Right. So as much as you want to be pretending, make sure you pretend in a way that when the true danger come, we will know the difference. That's one. Secondly, partners should please don't dismiss any complaint. You need patience. Listen to them and also communicate, right? I know some people can be very wicked when they are pregnant, right? They can even begin to desire a specific type of soup around 1 a.m. at night when nobody in the world would have been cooking. So we know that we know that happens. But regardless, don't dismiss any comment. Pay attention. Be part of the journey, right? And also offer reassurance without any judgment. At least you are playing your part, right? Sometimes the best support that you ever give is just simply saying, I'm here, you are doing great. That's all. That's all. Right? As simple as that. That's enough for emotional support. That's enough. And for physical support, little actions will make big impact, right? Um, the daily support that you need that will matter. You help with the house chores, right? Even though you are a traditional individual like myself, does not mean that you will not help especially if that is the first baby, right? That's the first baby that's coming on the way. You want to help. If you don't have, if you don't pay house helps or staff that takes care of things, right? You want to help with the house chores. Just one or two things that can make life even better in the house, and also encourage rest. Encourage rest because at this stage of pregnancy, I know women are just happy with the things I'm saying right now. But isn't it wonderful if you face pregnancy as a team and all these things we're saying is just falling in place? You know, imagine the kind of bonding that you would achieve in just this singular pregnancy journey. Yeah. So you want to help her change sleeping positions, right? Like I told you, for some of us, we don't carry leg, we don't rub back, we don't even massage. You, oh, it's my feet, massage my feet. You don't massage. It's my back. Okay, massage my hand. You sometimes have to do that all night long, but yet just consider it as part of the support that you need to do, right? It's not hard. You can even go on a walk, regular evening walk when you have the time. Even just small actions will reduce physical strain and emotional exhaustion. That is one of the things you can do on your part to help this journey go smoothly because it has the physical impact, it has the emotional impact, and even psychological impact, right? And when it comes to nutrition, far, why not enter inside the fridge? Just open the fridge, enter inside, right? So when it even comes to nutrition and diet, right? You know from what we've talked about before, a pregnant woman's nutrition actually will affect not just her but her baby. Yeah. So it's something everybody wants to pay attention to, right? A supportive partner would also join her in eating healthy meals. Yeah. You want to avoid the temptation of junk food because is that the lady of Midori. I see you. You've changed your name. I think is that your country, the one that is being celebrated? Somaliland. Is that you? Congratulations. Congratulations. Anyway, where was I? So I was saying that yeah, Fafa, if you were here earlier, last week, I think, we talked about all that. We talked about all that. But make sure you have adequate nutrition. That's the most important thing. All right. So I was saying that okay, okay, okay. I thought you are from there, but it's okay. Now I know. Now I know. It's okay. So you can also, as a partner, help. Remember, this gist tonight, men should be at the front row, women be at the back because I'm talking to partners. All right. Oh, really? We'll get to that politics soon. So you want to help with the 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 chores, help in the kitchen, so that the journey becomes smooth. Thank you very much, the lady of Midori. Also, encourage her to drink water. Right? Oh no, my Betty is here. Good evening. You are welcome. You're welcome. So eating healthy together prevents her from feeling isolated or pressured. I talked about years ago. I was in a job. Good evening. Good to see you, on Betty. I was in a job. My boss at the time got pregnant for the first time, and her case was very terrible. Some people, when they become pregnant, they fall sick all through the pregnancy. So such was her case. So much so that she was admitted in the hospital for months. It was somewhere close to 6 months that she came back home. Is it 6 months? Somewhere 5 months, I think. That she came back home, and now she had to um, relearn how to eat normal food because she could not eat all this time. You know, and of course she has a husband who is up and doing. It goes all over the place. So the kind of job does not permit him to always be around. So when she wants to eat, she will call the office. "Oh, come to my house." And what is she even eating? She will cook sumptuous meal, load the plate, give to me to eat. Then she will go to the kitchen and get gari. For those of you who are not Nigerians, I don't know what they call gari anyway. It's made of cassava. It's granulated. So she will just be picking the granules one by one and be putting in her mouth. Whereas she cooked so much wonderful meal, and I was eating. So the only way she can do that is by watching me eat good food. So as a partner, I was not a partner. Our partner was all over the place making money, right? So she just needed somebody to be around, eat, watch the person eat while she picks the granules and be putting in her mouth. So that was the support she needed. You see the reason why it is a teamwork. This pregnancy thing is teamwork. It's not just one man show. All right. So it encourages them. Depend on pregnancy is a spectrum. There's some that fall sick, some have bad morning sickness, some have medium experience in morning sickness, some have very little morning sickness, and so on and so forth. So depending on which side of the spectrum you belong, your support is adjusted. Your support from your partner will be adjusted accordingly, right? But nonetheless, it is a It's a teamwork. The journey is teamwork. It's not just one man show, right? Right. So your presence there will encourage her to eat and not to pressure her, and even make her not to go and be taking junk foods, right? And the interesting part of the gist is attending of antenatal, going for antenatal visits together. Not, I was not really exposed to this attending antenatal visits, maybe because of the way we see things here. Even in our clinics today, how many men go to antenatal with their wives? How many? Not many. And if they even do, they just sit down somewhere, let them be doing their thing the other way. Because that's the way, But I'm sure in other climes, there is active participation. So if you are in any part of the world and you want to talk to us how antenatal care is done there, especially with the visitation along with partner, please come and talk to us. You can send a request. The people that are sending requests want to ask questions. No, it's not time for question. I just want people to contribute. So if you want to contribute, talk in the comment section. I will bring you up to contribute. Please, I beg. Question people. Wait. Exercise patience. Is that okay? Thank you. So this antenatal visit is very important. In fact, somebody said extremely important. Why? Because you hear medical advice firsthand. It is not what you are told. I just remember something funny. I know of a certain individual. The only reason why he attends antenatal is because he does not trust that the amount of money the wife is collecting from his hand is the same that they ask in the clinic. Right? Some women have turned antenatal care to a cash out, ATM cash out. Right? So, so this particular individual came to the always come to antenatal care. He wants to be the one paying. Because this woman, they can say pay for something 2,000. The woman will go and say it's 6,000. Why? Because you know, you know. But again, the why it is worrisome is how did you get to the point where you have to lie to get money from your partner? I thought it's our money, right? I thought it's our money. Why do you have to use antenatal care to lie? So those people that are guilty now, I know they will not comment in the comment section because they are guilty. So let me not show myself. Uh, anyway, yes, that kind of thing happens. Some people use antenatal care visit as cash out, but don't do it. Just make sure you have a good understanding. But I said all this to say that antenatal visits helps you to hear medical advice firsthand. All right. Um, you understand what is normal and what is not normal. It's not that you're trying to understand the the pregnancy journey through observation. Maybe the woman may not be giving the correct vibes. So, but when you attend antenatal visits together, you'll be shocked that you even learn better. Yeah, you learn better and you're well exposed. You even build emotional connection with the baby, right? And why would any man not want to build emotional connection with his unborn child? Why? 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 And it's something I noticed over the years. After all these years of experience, I noticed that. The strongest women, or rather the women who show some level of strength in their pregnancy, are those that really don't get much care or an attention from their partner. They don't, right? They don't get much care and attention. So you just know that this journey, you are in it alone. If you feel pain, you will cry your pain by yourself. Nobody's coming to help you. If your leg is heavy, you lift your leg by yourself. If your back aches, you rub it by yourself. Those ones are always up and doing agile. But you see those ones that have 100% care, hey. Oh boy. Those ones are lazy as, I don't know what to qualify them. They need their leg to be carried down from the vehicle. They need to be supported to eat. They need their hands to be held. They need, they, they need too much. They need too much. So, so I dare say support somehow, support somehow has a way of making them lazy. That's my observation. Anyway, it's not, it's not, it's not a law. It's not a law. But from my observation is those who don't get any support at all, they're always strong, always strong. Like those, and the same way, even the shouting too, even the shouting too. You don't get support. Anyhow you shout now, you are shouting for yourself. For those who have too much support, hey, all heavens, all heavens will come down. In fact, some will curse, some will say bad words, some will say, the evil family history will be revealed right there at the time of labor. All right. But again, these are all the drama that happens. And after the labor, everything is forgotten till next time. All right. So it builds emotional connection with the baby if you are actually attending the antenatal care with your with your partner, all right? And even become part of the journey. You're not just a spectator. And I said, like I said earlier, for those who were here earlier, I said I would never. Anyway, I don't think I will find myself in that position again. But if I do, thank God, I will never ever be inside that ward where labor is taking place. I will not be there. I will run away instead. I will run. Oh boy, the experience is not so nice. Not because of anything, but because of, as a man, you see pain firsthand, right? You see pain firsthand. And if you are a Honorable Betty, it's easy to take other people's own than your own. Easy to take other people's own. Because you will see pain firsthand. In fact, once upon a time, my shirt was almost torn. Then one nurse tapped me like this. He said, Oga, go outside. That's why I take escape. Oh. Now pain is. But again, we're already used to it because we see it every day with people, whether your own or not your own. We see people every day. So you just want to be there to help them and all that. But besides that, if I was not in this space, I don't want to be there. I would rather be in Wembley Stadium watching football match. Let them just call me, say, hey, congratulations, you have a baby girl. After all these years, I'm sure that's the reason why I'm even more closer and more passionate with people that are expectant and those who are trying to conceive, because I know the joy that comes with it. I knows the pain in it and all that. So we just need to, somebody has to be there. But again, that studies have shown that partners who actually attend antenatal visits are more emotionally bonded and supportive after birth. Yeah, that is studies. Well, I can use myself as an example. I can, when I look at those kids, I just smile. Once upon a time, they were just like this, from this finger to this place. All they are was just within this length, right? So you because you participated, you appreciate their coming, you appreciate their growth, and that's why it hurts and that's why I pray this generation, please, this breaking of marriage, fighting, divorce, and this generation should stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because you cannot go through this kind of thing and it will not hurt you when there is a breakup that make you not to have the kids. It will hurt bad. Thank you, Saint Grace. I see you. Thank you very much. That's bad. You cannot participate at that level. Then tomorrow now somebody say, I will not do again. The kids must be with me. Then you separate. That kind of memory can make you go mad. Right? But please, generation people, stop it. Hmm? Stop it. Let us find a way to make sure we maintain the family unit. Even though I know there is an external this thing, but let's find a way to. And I'm sure if everybody participates in this pregnancy journey, it will be easier to consider, to rethink. I watch a video. It's actually a real video in the UK. In the UK, they got to a point where the UK police was advising the black community, especially those Niger people, right? That this their divorce thing should stop, or their separation thing should stop. Why? Because it was becoming too much. So I watched a video where, for whatever reason, now the kids were in between daddy and mommy. Just imagine if these people participated together in the journey, raising these kids, and everything was all right. Then one day, the kids just wake up. Daddy's luggage was being thrown out. In fact, the oldest among them was asking, "Mommy, why? Why?" Oh, I was so touched. I was so touched. Should we not, please, let's not involve children in those, it's rubbish, right? Even if you want to throw the bag, throw it at night when they are sleeping, so that when they wake up, you say, Daddy traveled. It's better that way. But when you have to use your own to damage even their mental health, a lot happens. Let us stop that nonsense. Please, let's stop it. Right? So, anyway, I said all that to say, when couples participate in raising kids, especially when they participate in the pregnancy, the way they will value the the kids as they grow will be more than those that do not participate. Right? It will be easy to walk away from those kids if you don't participate. But when you participate, you begin to wonder. Right? You've seen people who have gone bonkers because their kids was taken from them. It's not their fault. It's not only mothers that actually feel that way. Just in case women want to claim uh, ultimate ultimate connection. No, not only mothers. Even men feel that way too. Now, there is also the mental health awareness aspect to this whole husband's role in pregnancy. All right. You know, pregnancy anxiety and depression can begin in second trimester. It can begin at that stage. And the warning sign will include things like withdrawal. Your wife that is always all over you, jumping all over the place, and all of a sudden she's withdrawn. Oh, that's wonderful. That's your case is, how do they call it here in our climb? They call it Hebrew woman. Strap box is here. Right. Onome Betty, your case is the case of Hebrew woman. Even though they are quoting the thing wrongly anyway, but it's a case of Hebrew woman. They say Hebrew women don't feel pain. All right. Hebrew women don't feel pain. But it's good. There are different types of experiences. There are those who don't feel pain, and there's something called orgasmic labor. Please, if you have heard of orgasmic labor before, talk to me. Greetings, Strapbox. I see you. If you have heard of orgasmic labor, if you've heard of orgasmic labor before, please talk to me in the comment section. I think I did a post on orgasmic labor one time. All right. Well, if that is your case, oh boy, God do for you. Because while people are shouting for pain, you are shouting for pleasure. Oh, labor is just one interesting thing, I tell you. The CB's pregnancy journey is so interesting. So interesting, right? So I was saying that the warning signs, yeah. These warning signs in mental health in this pregnancy journey. You've never heard of orgasmic labor before? Oh boy, orgasmic labor is an experience. But I'm happy for those who are having orgasmic labor. I'm happy for you. Anyway, so the warning signs in this mental health uh, aspect of this journey will be withdrawal, right? Withdrawal, persistent sadness, excessive fear. Now, all of them does not apply to one person. It applies differently to different people, all right? Persistent sadness, excessive fear, which is very common. People I see, very common. Loss of interest and supportive. If you have a supportive partner, it's going to be it's going to be very it's going to be very easy to handle. Right? So I'm bringing you up to come and give us your experience.
Doc, my background is
Good
noisy. It's
evening.
fun.
Oh,
The
really?
gen is
But I
fun
can hear
here,
you
so I really
clearly.
can't talk right now. It's noisy here. Sorry.
Okay, okay. Dr. Pat, Dr. Pat is here.
Good evening, doctor. Good evening, Onome Betty. Good evening, everyone.
Good, good evening. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, all right. So let's go ahead. For with respect to this uh mental health aspect of the husband's role in pregnancy, right? One of the things you want to do is you want to notice the change and also adjust with the change, right? Some of those quarreling during pregnancy, if you check, it does not really mean anything. It's just that one of them or two of them does not understand what is going on. Changes will happen. Will happen, right? If God bless you, you became pregnant 1 year after you got married, then you notice that the kind of connection, the kind of um, uh, harmony or clinginess the both of you had before the pregnancy begins to uh, change. The bond, thank you, begins to change. Why? Because that's what pregnancy does. When you notice those sleep problem, loss of interest, withdrawal and all that, it's not because there is a problem with the relationship. It's pregnancy that is doing its thing. Sometimes even the woman may not even understand that is what's going on with her, right? So you want to notice the change and adjust accordingly. Also encourage open conversation. Trust women go talk, but it's whether they are actually communicating the right thing. Because some during pregnancy time, the amiable is too much. Chai! How many times? Right? And also, please always, regardless of what you notice, always seek professional help early. Right? Seek professional help early. And it's going to help because mental health will support um, uh, when you have mental health support, it will save life, right? Not just the relationship, it save lives also, right? So for those who have been trying to ask questions, your time to ask question has come. Your time to ask question has come.